So, hi everybody, welcome back to the dungeon. Today, I'm working on a Squier, made in Japan, Squier Telecaster. I'm not going to show you the headstock now. And the owner has a complaint that when you rotate the volume knob to full max, it suddenly drops out. Now this is known to happen from time to time on the volume controls. It's not an unknown problem, so we're going to be taking care of that. First thing I want to do is just protect the upper surface of the guitar, and for that I have my own very special mouse pad, just so that when I'm leaning and resting and working on over here, things are good. I could actually even underneath it, just for some additional protection, spread a little rag. So let's get this open and take a look what's going on. Screws. Not you, you. Okay, what have we got? Well, these look to be the original pots and so on, but look at the condition of the soldering. Ooh, I don't even know if you can see that. Can you see that? I don't want to zoom too much, but I'm going to try to reposition this camera so you can see just a little bit more. But that is some nasty, nasty, nasty soldering. Wow. Okay, tell you what, let's get that into the center of the picture. Hang on. I'm going to have to move the guitar very carefully, just like that. Okay. Let's get a look what's going on. I'm going to see if I can zoom with this camera so you can get a better look at it. But it's a phone, so I don't even know how they zoom or don't zoom. Let's try. Oh yeah, it works. So get a look at that. Huh? Isn't that scary? Look at it. So this is a complete rewire. To me, there's nothing else other than a complete rewire. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to turn on the soldering iron and let it heat up. And actually, before I continue with that, hang on. I need to put my other bit on here because this bit is a little bit too, let's say, a little bit too weak. So we want some heat here. Because soldering on the back of pots, volume controls and so on is, it's a different level. So I'm going to go for a higher heat setting of bit. And on it goes. So we'll let that warm up, and then we're going to get all this stuff off. And then we're going to go through it bit by bit, if you'll excuse the pun. Yeah, definitely somebody did a total hack job on these pots. And it looks to me like even the tone controls, I don't know what they were thinking here, but my goodness me, what's that? That should be 047. That's the original tone capacitor. This 104, that's just a whole lot of tone dumping. I think they tried to take it back into the old broadcaster days, well, the very first Telecaster wiring scheme. That could be the case, but I'm going to take it back to standard. So by now I'm sure that this iron is hot enough and we can get these wires off of here. So there we go. That's the neck. That's the bridge. And then their ground wires. The other thing that I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take a look at this volume pot and see what's going on with it. So we'll be doing that as well, huh? Get that guy off there. Come on. You can do it. Don't know if you can see how much of this you can see with my arm in the way, but never mind. We'll work it out. All these ground wires come off here. Oh man, it's just ugly. Now that they're out of the way, you can see the quality of the solder job that was done. A good solder joint needs to be nice and bright and shiny, and definitely should not look like this. So come on, come on, come on. All of this is coming away. This is just scary. Right, you can come off there too, mister. It might have even been an attempt at making one of those bypass capacitors to keep the tone bright as you roll back on the volume, which to me is one of those mods that is just silly. Anyway, that's just my opinion. So let's get that out of there. It can stay on because that's probably normal. And now we're back to the basics. I'm going to also take this wiring on the switch completely apart again. Come on, there you go. That's good. Grab that guy. It is kind of nice that this, well, if you want to call him a technician, this guy tried to use old cloth type wiring, which I have some. So if we need it, we'll use it and just keep in the style of the whole guitar. So now we're back to basics. And now what I want to do is just get this volume control out of there and have a look at the resistance. So let's put the ohm meter just like that. I think you can still see that, can you? Let me just check. Kind of. How about that? That's okay. It's upside down, but what the hell. So we can get a look at this volume pot, see what's going on. So start across there and 300k. It's supposed to be 250k, but yep. There's 300k. So is that set to max? Probably. No, that was set to max. No, it was minimum. That's max. So let's try it now. So that should be reading 300k there. And it should be reading nothing there. So the pot is actually okay. Tone pot. 190. $136. It's also reading a little high. Let's set it one side and see what's going on. This seems to be where the problem is, huh? So now 310, 0, 310. So these are 300k pots. There it says 33k. Okay, that is just weird. That is entirely weird. Never mind. Okay, so now what I need to do is just clean up the contacts of the switch here. Get all the old solder off. Clean up the backs of these pots here. And we can start with the rewiring. So I'm going to need to do that off camera, but it's actually a really simple operation. I use the gravity method. I heat it up and give it a quick flick onto my old concrete workshop floor. And I'll show you the results in a second. Well, more than a second, but you know what I mean. Nearly done with the switch. So there's the switch. All the poles are, all the tags are cleaned off again. Still got a bit of flux on them. And I'm just going to touch up the the sloppy soldering on the backs of the pots here, just to make it smooth and shiny again, just like that. Now there's still some old junk on that one. Okay, looking good. And this guy over here, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that off. And in fact, I have a nicer capacitor to put on here as well, so you can come off. Will make you really look nice and old school there. So that would be a 473. Brilliant. So here I have a whole tray of capacitors. Let's pull out a 473. Let's see what I can dig out here. I know I've got them. There's one. 473. 47 nanofarad or 407. What am I saying? Or 0.047 microfarad. So the 473. And what I want to do is have that capacitor going to ground, and then the resistor bleeding it off. So with max volume, let me just turn it that way, max tone, this wiper is all the way over there, so the capacitor must run from that end. So let's get a look at you first. We're going to lay you down there, and we're going to set you right on there. Ah yes, you also need to be cleaned up. For this cleanup, I'm going to work a little differently. And just clean up these guys here. That's one. Still some gunk drifting around there. Come off you. Yeah. You. You shouldn't be even used. Never mind. The guy wired up everything backward on this thing as well, it would seem. Sorry, I'm getting in your way here. But solder sucking is no great mystery, huh? There we go. She's clean. And now I can come in with my capacitor. So the first thing is, of course, to trim the leads. And then just pass it through. Alright, that lead is trimmed. I'm going to give it a bit of a bend. Come on. And make my life difficult here, sir. And take you over. Good mechanical contact. And solder you on. A good solder joint should never take more than about 3 seconds. Otherwise you're overheating the job and the component. Alright, so I'm going to swing this a bit around because this thing needs to safely go back in the cavity. Now I can make it stand up a little, so I will do that. Just like that. And it's on. See, nice shiny joint. Right, good and solid. Now what I'm going to do is, I have some of this cloth wire. There it is. I'm going to cut me a length, which is going to go from, let me just see, maximum volume is going to be the wiper up there. So I'm going to have the tone pot right there. Okay. So if I cut you off kind of like that, I should be able to push back the old cloth here. This looks like old transformer wire. I don't know if it's going to tin, but I have a solution for that. I have a blade. So let's just clean you up. Nice and shiny. Okay. And I want to get you down there, and I need to do the same for this side over here. I'll push back cloth wiring. Nice stuff. I'm just rotating the wire and scraping away so that I get a good shiny surface, good foundation on it. And now, horror of horrors, I've got the lug that I just suckered up clean. Well, no, it's not clean again. This one here. Tinned up. Both sides are tinned, and now I can pass you through there. Okay, and you're loosely fitted, because now I just want to train you just repuzzling this in my head so that I know that I'm doing it correctly. So you've got to go in there. But you're not the only place, that's the only thing that's got to go in there. So no soldering yet. I'm going to need a little bit more of this wire. And that's got to be coming from the common of the switch. And I'm going to use, I don't see which side is your common. It's the last one, isn't it? Yep. So I'm going to have a wire coming from there to there. Right, so let's check how long you are. That's pretty good. Another few millimeters for grandma. And the same process again, huh? Trim it there. Come on. I'm going to try something here because it's looking a bit messy on this end, so I'm going to try and trim through this cloth. See if I can cut it off. It seems to have worked after a fashion. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that kind of happened. Not very pretty though, I'm afraid. Okay, so same process, huh? Clean you up. there is not looking too good. I might treat you with a bit of wax just to make it look a bit more pretty. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm trying to work so that you can see what I'm doing. Keep moving around. This is really not going well. Well, it's going well, but not for you. The viewer at home. To the viewers at home. Alright. Tin the two ends, make sure that they're groovy. Looks good. I think this is probably off camera or just slightly on camera for you, I don't know. Can't remember exactly how far this zoom went. Anyways, tinned. Time to put them on. So I'll make a little hook. And I'll hook it in there. Just like that. That looks pretty neat. That's not nice. Okay, are you on? Yes, you are. Here we go. Nice shiny little joint. Let's do it again. I want it sitting properly. That's good. And on this end, coming in. And I want them both coming in from the same end. So like so. I need to bend that a little bit more. I'm sorry, you're not seeing this, but I need to bend that hook a little more so that it's good and solid. There we go. And now I can solder that. I know you can't see nicely what's going on there, but now I can make my hook on this end. Doesn't have to be much of a hook either, as long as it gives a little bit of mechanical reassurance, then we're good. There we go. That looks like a good hook. That end's also got a good hook. And let's check it out. Yep, that's solid. All right, I can run that down there, kind of like that. Seem to interfere with the action of the switch, and it's also nice and neat, so I can also now do that. Yep, that's pretty tidy. I'm just worried. I think I'm gonna just move some things or add a little rag right there. There we go. That's a bit better. Okay. Now, all ground points should actually be at the same location. This is something that most guitar techs know and abide by to avoid a condition known as earth looping or ground looping, wherever you come from. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to try to set all of these ground points in one position, and this is a bit of a juggle, but it can be done. and I select this spot right here for my ground. I'm going to add a little bit of solder there. There's one. I'm going to stand up for this job, just to get on top of it, so to speak. That's two. Three. They don't look too tidy, and I know why. It's because you've got to hold them down. So just with the back of this X-Acto, keep them all held down, and they're nicely pulled up, and we've got good solid solder contacts. Joyful. Right. Now remember, I've actually flipped this over that way, so they are coming in from the correct side. Now I have the neck pickup the neck pickup selected. So the contact is on this little white, on the last tab over here, and the white is the neck pickup, so it goes right along there, or at least on this inside. So we're going to get you in there, or we're going to try to get you in there. It's a bit out of shape, it's flattened and weird. So let's just round you up. Alright. I know what you're saying. Cut it off and do it again. Get your own guitar and do it yourself. Stop being a baby. That's for the trolls out there, by the way. Go get yourself a life. So, that's on. Bridge. Checking the contact. Yep. Bridge. Again, just got to shape you a little. Bridge is on. Now, two more things need to take place. The grounding between the two pots, that's important, and the loop of the selector switch. So that's what we're about right now. I want to just measure you. You're good. Sorry, I'm busy trimming this one off again. I'm just doing it where my eyes can actually see something. As you Oops. I think this Exacto of mine's a little old. And I think the reason that it's old is I'm down to my last one. I haven't replaced any. I probably have some spares lying somewhere. It's too lazy or too busy or too something to actually put them on. Another thing for the trolls to whinge about. Aren't you glad we make these channels so that you can whinge about stuff? Yeah, we're doing you a favor. Otherwise your parents would be crying or putting up with your crap. Yeah. Can you? I'm in a bit of a snarky mood today. Isn't that fun? Sometimes you just gotta. Alright. So here we go. Grounding. Ain't that lovely? Ain't it lovely? Yeah, ain't it lovely? Right. Now for some left-handed soldering. Set you in there just like that. Come on. That's very strange. You're not getting hot. All right. You're on. And we'll bring you down. Ah, you weren't on. All right. Let's do you again. Either you weren't on or you were very marginally on. A bit more solder on there. Burnt fingers. All right. That's kind of neat. And it seems to make good contact. Check you now. Put you on buzz. And go from there to there. From there to there. Hey, happy days. Right. What else do we need? Ah yes, we need a ground on the volume pot.